Let's take a quick trip down mystery memory lane. Wealthy mystery novelist dies a day after his 85th birthday, but who did it? Everyone seems to have a motive. World-renowned detective is hired to find out what really happened because, like usual, the local police are of no help. Plot twist, it was actually his nurse who accidentally used the wrong medication. But now she ends up gaining everything in the will, so maybe not that bad of an accident after all? The nurse becomes the detective on a crime she actually committed. Rich people are awful. There's a sweater, blackmail, car chases, dead bodies, deception, vomit, knives, dollhouses, piano keys, baseballs, incels, Jamie Lee Curtis smoking a cigarette, hidden messages, infidelity, and one coffee cup. I think if I think about it, I probably watched Knives Out 5 to 10 times in the theater when it was out. Can't exactly remember, but I went by myself, and then I went by myself again. And then I took each little group of my friends and I said, okay, we have to go to Knives Out. You have to watch this. And then literally the whole movie, anytime I watch it with my friends, it's just me sitting there like, you like it? This part. In my all-time rankings of movies, I think Knives Out sits like this. So it goes Wreck-It Ralph, the first one, and then Knives Out, and then Wreck-It Ralph 2. And then I don't have a ranking beyond that because I just can't, I mean, you can't beat those three. But I mean, Knives Out has gotta be pretty good if it beats Wreck-It Ralph 2. This is a pretty good movie. I cried, and I know you did too. So don't make fun of me for crying at a movie that is a sentimental, heartfelt scene between two people who are very good friends and they love each other and they just want the best for each other. I thought this was an apt time to kind of talk about the movie Knives Out. 1, because I absolutely love it to death. 2, because this house that we're going to talk about is probably the best part of the movie. And 3, the new Knives Out movie is coming. So when I post this video, it probably won't be in theaters anymore, but I think it was in theaters from November 23rd through November 29th. I have not been able to see it because I don't think I have a movie theater near me that is showing the movie. And does that make me want to cry every night into my pillow? Absolutely it does, but I will get over it. I think it comes out on December 23rd, so I need to set my calendar for that one because I need to have a Knives Out Glass Onion party, which looks absolutely amazing. Daniel Craig, he can just get it, doing anything he wants. Benoit Blanc, absolutely. Sometimes I wish I had daddy issues, but I don't. So let's talk about that house because no one's been talking about it recently, probably because the movie came out so long ago and we've had enough of it. But you know what? Collectively, we are over that sweater and now we are talking about the house set design. All right, enough talking. Let's look at the house. I want to look at the house. House. I think my personal favorite room in the house, the whole entire house, and probably everybody else's favorite part of the house, and you can disagree with me, but you are wrong. Again, you were wrong, is the library. You cannot tell me that you have not imagined yourself wanting to have a library like this. I mean, look at this. It's just a big rectangle, 2 floors. It's just gorgeous. And I mean, the best part of the library is that knife sculpture. The knives are out, baby. I cannot be more happy. Every single shot that they show where the people are sitting in front of the knife circle kind of thing when they're getting interrogated is just beautiful. I don't know what it is about it. I would definitely put that in my house. Might be a little scared because there's just knives constantly out. I don't know how many times I'm going to say Knives Out in this video, but I do apologize for that one. I just love all the rich wood tones, all the nice supple leather, all the little bits and bobs that they put in this library. You see like the dollhouse, that's actually a bar cabinet, which is hilarious. You got an old school piano. Anything they decided to put into it. So I kind of wanted to dig a little bit deeper into how the set designer and the production designer decided on making this library the way it is. So the main principal designer for this project was David Crank. I'm going to read you a very lengthy quote. So if you do not want to read it, I will put right here when the quote will end. But it is a good quote because if you want to know why he did the things he did and how he kind of plans out set designs, just listen up, buckle in. It's going to be 30 seconds of your life and you're already this far into the video, so just watch it. David Crank did an interview with housebeautiful.com where he answered this in regards to how he kind of came up with the designs for this house itself. He said, "I'm very careful. I don't just randomly put objects on a set because they're decorative and they're cool. I want all of them to have a story. And early on we decided that all of Harlan's objects were linked to books that he had written or would have inspired books. So I asked Rian, the director of the movie, to generate a list of titles, which we also used in the movie. I don't think you really see them, but we created 60 or 70 books that he would have written. They were addressed in his different studies. Then I shopped for objects that would relate to those titles. It gave me a way to motivate what we were putting on the set. Like, all the books in his private study were things that we thought he'd actually read or references that he'd actually use. And then he further went on to explain that every project I work on, I have a general rule in my head, which is that I want to shop where that character would shop. This project was shot in Boston, so I did a lot of shopping in that area. But Harlan is easy because he's traveled, so his things would come from all over the place. But I would say that 90% of the things in Knives Out came from the Boston area. Antique stores, private collections, people's houses, all over. So it's kind of an interesting glimpse into exactly how the process works. And I really loved that he tried to stay in the realm of where this character would get their things, you know, because it makes it more grounded in reality and makes Harlan, the author, a more believable character. And I have to say, he did a fabulous job. To the people out there in Boston who own all these things, give them to me right now, because I need them. I need them. Another reason why I like this interior design is because of their use of what we now call cluttercore. I talked about it in my last video, and it's very interesting that it pops up in this video, so maybe you need to pay attention to it, guys, because it's getting big. It's gonna be big. It is big. That's what she said. Let's just focus on Harlan's study. You can kind of see that there's just stuff everywhere. So you can see in here, right when you walk in, you see this back wall, big arch, you got bookcases, just books everywhere. He's an author, so obviously he's gonna have a lot of books. But then down below, there's like tons of pillows, there's a bunch of tables, there's a lot of furniture, there's a creepy mannequin in the corner. I don't know why you would put that there, I absolutely would not. You see tigers on the ceiling, and then on the, I don't know, the bendy part of the wall, the angled part of the roof, it's the roof. That's what I'm trying to say, the roof. On the roof, there's all these pictures, and you can kind of see beautiful frames and just different pictures of things that inspire him, and he can just look around and be like, I want to make a book inspired by this piece. If you go over to more of his desk, you see the creepy mannequin in the corner again. You see all these post-it notes. You see just a bunch of crap, a little lamp, a little head up there. And then if you zoom in a little bit more onto his study, you see all these little notes. You see a couple other knickknacks, little doodads, lots of pencils, little things, little cabinet. Just like more things that will kind of bring out that creativity and make him feel inspired. I mean, a movie like this is probably a dream come true for a set designer. I know it would be for me, because you have to buy a ton of stuff first of all, and you get that dopamine rush from spending someone else's money, and you don't have to spend it yourself, which love to do that, would love to do that. And unfortunately, I just spend my money, and my bank account does not agree with that one. Just a really great job of set design, guys. I love the warmth that it brings, and you can really feel that the room is a character, and it really is just an extension of Harlan, and it's believable, and it feels like someplace someone would live. I mean, I could just imagine walking up to that third floor study, I'm just sitting down and actually getting some work done, you know, because it's a vibe up there. You light a candle, you better be sure that that candle is not going to light all that crap that you have in that room on fire, because it might. So just be careful about that one. Just pulling out a good book, having like a cup of tea or like a hot cider up there, just imagine it. I know you're imagining it right now, and it's just, that's my brain. It's my brain right now, thinking of me in that study. This mansion does have more than 2 rooms, and even if it didn't, it would still probably have the best set design / interior design of any movie ever made, just based on the library and the study alone. But I digress. Stop yelling at me. It does have other rooms, so let's just kind of like go through them and kind of see what we like and what we don't like and what we love and what we don't love. Sound like a plan? All right, okay. So you also have the office, Harlan's office, that you kind of see a few times in the movie. A big pivotal point because you see a lot of things unfolding in the office, you know, so it's kind of another big main character of the movie, but it's got a lot of other rich details that you can kind of notice. Again, it's got this gothic revival kind of sense to it, all these deep wood tones, all these beautiful details in the wood, just lots of good quality stuff in here that you would expect to see in a mansion of this size with someone who has this kind of money. The lighting is also another very delicious part of this movie, and yes, I said delicious because if you're looking at this picture right here, you can't tell me that doesn't look like something you would just gobble up. I just want to chew on that wow. Give me some of that wow. It looks so good. So you really kind of have to say that you love Harlan's taste in design, but really this is on the onus of the production designers. You know, they have these mismatched chairs that kind of don't really go with anything else, and this beautiful wood desk that has all these carved details, and then one thing I love that I'm really obsessed with right now, and I want to make one for my own home, is a coffee table with a glass top that can be open so you can kind of display things. Here he's displaying his collection of like random guns, but I think I said this in another video, but I would love to have a table like this to display my little collection of rocks. My little tiny rocks, because I'm a little bird. I'm a bird and I collect rocks. I also love all the fabric choices that they have in here. It's all these very intricate, kind of Victorian even feeling kind of cloths and tapestries and curtains and fabrics. Just a lot of detail, a lot of rich detail going on, and it's kind of like an I Spy book. Really, this whole movie is set up like an I Spy book. They could take pictures of these offices, and you could spend hours trying to dissect exactly what each little thing looks like and what is going on in the whole thing. I just had to point this one out real quick, but I'm gonna pull up a picture. I'm doing it right now, so you probably see it, so I don't even need to say that I'm pulling it out. But this magic poster, this vintage magic poster in the background, I think really reminds me of this meme I saw that it tickles me every time, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I mean, Telecanephews. It's so stupid. Okay, but this is literally me. Come on. I mean, that pup is gay as hell. Girl. I think one of the last rooms I really wanted to talk about was this entryway area mixed with it's like the main hallway that goes to the backyard where Benoit interrogates Marta and she kind of like throws up in the bucket. You know what I'm talking about, in the solarium? I couldn't find any pictures of the solarium, which actually now thinking about it, that's really upsetting because I would love to talk about it because I love the solarium, but we'll talk about the entryway. You can see all these good carved wooden details again, and what I love about this area is the use of black. Like, a lot of people are scared to use black in things when it comes to painting objects and homes and walls and stuff like that. But when the space is as grand as this space is, with the amount of light that comes in, especially when you look at it from this angle, where you kind of see Marta sitting on the side right here, all that light coming in from the background, don't worry about putting black paint on the walls. It's just gonna make it dramatic, and it's gonna add to the tonality of all these like amber, yellowy glass that they use. And it's just, something about it just really like kicks you in the gonads and it says, woo-wee! That's interior design. Also, last point I'll make about this room is that I would love to have enough money where I can just have a fireplace in the middle of my hallway that enters my home, and I can have these beautiful sconces up on the wall, and just an oil painting of myself. Just show it off. Come on, who doesn't want an oil painting of themselves? Can you imagine me as an oil painting? I mean, this is what it would probably look like anyways. Ain't that beautiful? So I don't know about you, but I absolutely love that house. It's probably just, I have dreams about it at night and I want to live in it right now. And I also know there are other properties in this movie, but I don't care about modern house. I don't care about empty laundromat. I don't care about downtown, whatever town in Massachusetts this is. All I care about is nice fancy house where lady owns it now and holds coffee mug while rich people smoke cigarette and say, well gosh darn, you did it again. I'm really excited to watch the next Knives Out Glass Onion movie when it comes out next month. So hopefully it has some good architecture, some good set design, some good interior design. If you got to see it in the theatrical run, first of all, screw you. Second of all, please comment down below and let me know what it looks like. I just need to know, is there some good, just juicy tidbits of interior that we can look at and say, I want to live in you? Because I feel like that's what we all did when this movie came out. Well, I hope you liked today's video, because I try really hard for you guys, and this was a fun one because Knives Out is one of my favorite movies ever. So if Knives Out Glass Onion is very bad, I might cry and never make a video again. So if I never make a video again, post December 23rd, you know why. You know what you did, Rian Johnson. You ruined my life. Hopefully he doesn't, and I doubt he will because he is very good at what he does. And I love Knives Out, and I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt until I watch it. So, subscribe to this channel if you like today's video, and give a like to this video if you like today's video, because I like when you give it a like. I usually post my videos Tuesdays or Wednesdays sometimes, depending on the week, around 5 or 6, because I still have a day job, so leave me alone. I'm trying my best. I'm hanging on by a thread. I hope you guys have a fantastic, wonderful, absolutely magical, fabulous, spectacular, any other adjective you can add in there, day, because you know what? You deserve it. Alright, I'll see you in next week's video, or in last week's video, or the one before that, or even the one before that. That was a good one. You can just keep watching me, or just watch this video on repeat. I can see you again, and again, and again, and again. and again and again and again and again and again and again. Bye.